The opinions expressed by I'm264 Shirt toward contestants on The Price is Right in their decision-making and pricing games that can be categorized as either stupid or misleading by the audience, as well as showing favoritism, is portrayed as a heel characteristic for entertainment purposes only. In actuality, I'm264 Shirt isn't prejudiced against the contestant based on sex, ethnicity, or intelligence. And now, ladies and gents, it's time for the Price is Right pricing game recap for Thursday, January 26, 2012. Today's pricing game lineup included It's in the Bag, One Wrong Price, Cover Up, Balance Game, Make Your Move, and Squeeze Play. The first contestant on stage was Jeanette, who had a chance to win $16,000 playing It's in the Bag. The 6 eligible grocery items to place with their respective priced bags were the following: Crystal Light Lemonade Mix, Anthony's Bow Ties Pasta, Duracell AA Batteries, Purina Pro Plan Dog Food, Revlon Color Stay Eyeshadow, and Quaker O's Cereal. The first bag was marked $1.89. What item was $1.89? Jeanette chose the pasta, which was placed by Amber. Next, she chose the dog food for the $11.99 item, and it was placed by Manuela. At Jeanette's request, Amber placed the batteries with the $6.49 bag. The $2.99 bag had the cereal moved over to it by Manuela. And finally, the eyeshadow was placed over the 99-cent bag by Manuela. Now for $1,000. Was there drink mix in the bag? Yep, there was. Jeanette had $1,000. Would she take it and run, or would she risk it and go on? She decided to go on for $2,000. And in the next bag, there was the dog food. She decided to stop right there and take the $2,000. But was she right to do so? Well, let's see. Were there batteries in the $6.99 bag? Nope. It was the eyeshadow. The cereal was worth $2.99 and the batteries were worth 99 cents. So the batteries and eyeshadow were placed above each other's bags. Jeanette now has $2,000 and gets to keep it as a consolation prize. Sandra played One Wrong Price for an Electroiux Eco-Friendly Steam Washer Dryer modeled by Gwendolyn and marked $2,175, Coach Women's Accessories modeled by Amber and marked $1,212, and an Arctic Cat F120 snowmobile modeled by Manuela and marked $2,250. Sandra chose the snowmobile, which didn't seem like a logical choice if you ask me. Now, what was its price? Manuela revealed it to be $2,250. That's right, you're wrong. The one wrong price was the washer dryer, which I would have picked. It was $3,198. Ryan played Cover Up, which is having a very bad season, for a Honda Civic LS modeled by Amber. The price was not $26,403. First, Ryan covered up the 2 with a 1, the 6 with a 9, the 4 with a 2, the 0 with an 8, and the 3 with a 6. If $19,286 was the price, he'd have the car. Was it the price? Nope, but it was not the price, but he did have at least one number right. Did he? Yep, he did. In fact, he had 3 right, the 1, 9, and 2. Next, he covered up the 8 with a 4 and the 6 with an 8, making his guess 19,248. Was that it? No, it was not. In order to continue, the 4 or 8 had to be right. Which one was right? Neither one. The price of the car was $19,217. Tara, whose bucket list included being on The Price is Right and also lives in LA where it's taped, played balance game for a Wesley Allen queen-size bed and a 65-inch, or was it 68-inch? I'll rely on Mr. Horgan or someone to correct that mistake for me. Anyway, it was that big of a 3D HDTV from Panasonic, which also came with 3D glasses. It was all modeled by Manuela. Drew gave Tara a lucky Drew dollar and placed the $509 bag on the scale. Tara placed the $6,200 bags on the scale, leaving the $3,000 bag alone and making her guess 8,509. I know, Sid, that seems pretty high. Well, when big, strong Amber, okay, so she wasn't really big, but still strong, placed the bag of Drew dollars that added up to the price of the prize package on the scale, it landed on its left side. Price was $5,509, so it should have been the $2,000 and $3,000 bags. Hasm played Make Your Move for a Dutch oven and gas range, both modeled by Manuela, and a trip for 2 to New Orleans for a 5-night stay at the St. James Hotel, modeled by Amber. The numbers from left to right were 5, 7, 3, 8, 5, 0, 8, 9, and 9. Hasm first moved the Dutch oven marker to $99, the range marker to $573, and the New Orleans marker to $8,508. Then, at the request of the audience, he switched the range to $508 and the New Orleans trip to $5,738. And finally, he changed the Dutch oven price to $50 and the range price to $8.99. His final guesses were $50 for the Dutch oven, $899 for the range, and $5,738 for the New Orleans trip. Kool-Aid Man. Was he a winner?
Oh, yeah.
He's right. Hasm was a winner. The grand total of all 3 prizes was $6,687. Finally, birthday princess Jamie, complete with a tiara, played Squeeze Play for a 2012 Ford Focus SE modeled by Manuela. I wonder how often this game is played for a car. Anyway, the first number was 1 and the last was 8. 9, 7, 6, or 4 was to be taken out. Jamie took out the 7, making her guess 19,648. When the price was revealed, it was 19,768. Drew was a bit premature when he announced that she had it as soon as the price cover dropped. as they say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. So there you have it. We had one win on the show today, and that was Make Your Move. We also gave away $2,000 in cash, all won by Jeanette in It's in the Bag. Hasm is the MVP of The Price is Right because he not only won his pricing game, making the only one to do so today, but he also won his showcase, which included trips to Utah for a 4-night stay at the View Hotel, where he could look at the famous Monument Valley, to St. Lucia for a 6-night stay at Windjammer Landing Villa Beach Resort, and to Singapore for a 6-night stay, hotel not specified. These trips also included some pretty good meals. He was off by $1,196. Another $1,000 and he would have won both showcases. But he still had a heck of a day. He won a grand total of $33,842 in prizes. Not too shabby. Tonight's pricing game recap is sponsored by Jolly Time Blasto Butter Popcorn. Now before I go, I'd like to explain something. Mr. Horgan sent me a picture of a message that was displayed before the end credits on today's episode. The message stated, and I quote, "During the playing of Squeeze Play, incorrect information was used to determine the price of the car. After review, the contestant was awarded a car as described." Unquote. So congratulations, technically, to Jamie who played Squeeze Play, and to Mr. Horgan for telling me this. Speaking of Mr. Horgan, he'll be back on Monday for 2 reasons. 1, he just got a new computer and needs to adjust it in advance. And 2, because he's going through a hard time right now in the wake of his dog dying, and we best leave him alone. So, Mr. Horgan, congrats on your new computer. That's good news. And sorry about your dog. Best wishes to you and yours. Alright, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you tomorrow night when I recap the day's pricing games on the Price is Right Pricing Game Recap. Toodles!